Now today we're going to be talking about the theory that Aiku has two metavisions. Now that comes from the latest chapter, chapter 219, where Aiku has gained metavision. Now if you notice Aiku's eyes, in his left eye it's like Nico's metavision, but his right eye is more like Asagi's metavision. Now I had did a video before talking about Aiku having two egos, and now we're talking about the possibility of two metavisions. Now this theory seems very unusual for Aiku to have two metavisions. We have not seen much of Aiku in this match yet, and I am expecting a masterclass soon enough out of him. Lorenzo has taken the spotlight as the leader of the defense, but Aiku can be right there as new Gen 11 players in due time. Now if Aiku has two metavisions, what does this mean? Now we can theorize that his left eye is like Nico's metavision that allows him to see what is in front of him, and it is still second rate compared to Asagi. Now his right eye might be on par with Asagi, but he cannot process all of the information yet like Asagi. With Aiku and Nico having metavision, they can easily outcounter Asagi's metavision, as they can both help in the spots they lack to help stop Asagi. At first Asagi had to get past Nico, but now he has to get past Aiku as well. Now Aiku does have two different eye colors, but I feel like it is no coincidence as to why Aiku's metavision looks different. Aiku has quite the background, as he was once a striker before but decided to switch to a defender because he did not like how the system was using strikers. Now we know that metavision can be used on offense and defense. So what if Aiku's metavision can be used for both offense and defense, but it goes even further than Asagi's metavision? Aiku is really good at not only processing information in front of him, but fully understanding all the abilities of his teammates and opponents, just like Asagi's egocentrism. This makes him a much more dangerous opponent to have metavision. Asagi could barely get past him before in the under 20 match and really only got past him due to luck. So now how will it be now that Aiku has metavision? Now normally we only see Aiku's left eye for defense, and we have seen his right eye once before when he became a striker for a moment in the under 20 match. But here as he is disrupting Asagi's shot, his right eye is shown instead of his left eye. This can indicate a different ability through each eye. His left eye is processing the information on the field, while his right eye is deducting someone's abilities of who he's going after or seeing their specs. This is different than Asagi's egocentrism, as he was able to figure out people's protagonism to then crush them with it. If Aiku can see the specs of people's abilities, that puts him as a high analytical defender who can now process the field entirely with metavision and disrupt anyone's weapons. He was able to instantly see Asagi's defective shot and move in a certain position to cut it off. Something tells me there's a lot more for Aiku that the author is hinting at. I think Aiku gaining metavision now will help Nico a lot. Nico has already told Aiku that he will improve a lot during this game, and you can tell that he looks up to Aiku. Aiku will be able to fill in the spots that Nico cannot see while using his metavision, thus allowing Aiku and Nico to have full control of seeing the field. I said before that their metavision is not as complete as Asagi, so combining the two now makes it complete so they can fully use metavision's power. So now not only does Asagi have to deal with Nico, but he also has to deal with Aiku. These two are the next duo of Ubers who have locked down the defense. I also wouldn't sleep on Aryu as well, as he makes great effort toward the defense by keeping track of the high balls that get sent over. Now I think that Aiku will be Asagi's new duel opponent and will be keeping track of him the whole game. This is also the same case for Lorenzo marking KiiNGKhyy. The key to this game is winning your duels, and right now Lorenzo is keeping KiiNGKhyy at bay from scoring, and Asagi now has to improvise as Aiku knows all about his new shot. I'm not sure currently how Asagi will be able to get past Aiku, as Aiku is the greatest defender in bluelock, and with metavision, he can now see the field the same way Asagi can. Uber's defense has already been outstanding so far in this matchup, and they have counter strategies for everything. The course of this game will go down to whoever can get past their opponents and win in a duel. We have seen this matchup of Asagi and Aiku before during the under 20 matchup, where Asagi knew he needed to challenge Aiku to reach flow. Now we never technically seen Asagi reach flow in that matchup, so maybe he foreshadowed that message for now to reach flow to defeat Aiku. His goal in the under 20 match came down to a bit of luck, where he predicted that Rin would defeat Sai to overturn the ball. In the under 20 match, Asagi aimed for Aiku's blind spot, in a spot where he could score instantly. I don't think this will work in this game because Ubers have players everywhere and have been taught strategies to overcome blind spots. Even if Aiku is caught off guard, there is still another player who can help him instantly. Aiku probably remembered that final shot well and knows just how capable Asagi is at finding blind spots and reacting during a critical moment to score. He now has metavision that will allow him to keep track of every player's movements and keep a good eye on Asagi. Aiku knows that metavision is a superhuman ability to see over the entire field and wants to join in on this high-level chess match. He now can predict Asagi's movements and cut off his shooting angles just like he did in the under 20 match. He even calls Asagi a robber. Last time in the under 20 match, he told Asagi that people call strikers as robbers and defenders as cops. He is playing his role to the end as a cop who stops the robbers, or in this case, the strikers. Now I'm going to talk about why Aiku and Nico have not lost much stamina since acquiring metavision. As we know, when Asagi first learned metavision, he didn't even use it for the entire match and was completely exhausted after, causing him to collapse. I think Nico and Aiku will be fine because their bodies are durable and more capable due to the training they were doing for Ubers. Snuffy went after personal training developments to help each player achieve their highest stats possible, whereas Moonchen trained a bit differently, working on techniques and drills that evolved themselves cohesively. It makes sense how Nico and Aiku will be alright even though they are using metavision for the first time. This game is also more like a chess match where people were eyeing each other and stopping to see what the other would do. When Asagi was playing in the Manstein match, it was a constant chaos and running all over the field and just a continuous motion of play. I don't think the games are similar, and we can tell that this matchup is very different as two different styles approach each other. Now let's talk about Metavision in general. At first the author made Metavision seem like it was a very rare ability that cannot be used by many people, but now we have 2 more people that have gained Metavision way quicker than Asagi and many others using it subconsciously. I know some say that Metavision is used a lot by people in the real leagues and professionals, but for the blue lockers to have gained it this fast does worry me. If Metavision is now an ability that can be copied and used by someone with great eyesight, then what's stopping some of the other blue lock players from gaining it? During the match, Asagi even explains to Nico just what Metavision is, and he took that information and knew what to do. Aiku even overheard the conversation and was able to pick out what Metavision was, and from then on he knew how to use it. I hope we can see different type of eye abilities like Predator Vision, so that way it's not the same use of Metavision that goes on and on. We'll see though how that goes in the future. How do you guys feel about Aiku and Nico having Metavision? I guess it was already bound to happen as Aiku used Metavision in an under 20 match and Nico is basically Asagi on defense, so those two having it makes sense. Aiku will be Asagi's hardest challenge yet as he has not faced an opponent like this in the NEL. This is not like the under 20 match where he had Rin and Batra next to him to be decoys this time. He has to face Aiku head on and win against him. This duel will showcase if Asagi can surpass KiiNGKhyy to become the team's new king. Without getting past Aiku, he does not deserve to be king. I'm sure he will find a way to get past him or else Moon Chen will very much lose this match. This has been quite a frustrating match for him and KiiNGKhyy as they are going against a top defensive squad who are organized and systematic, whereas Moon Chen are disorganized and chaotic. But it's that chaos that makes someone like Asagi shine in moments like this. The battle continues on as we will see just how far these two teams can go about in defeating each other. It will be players like Aiku and Nico who have to shine as they will be the main ones hunting for Asagi as they let Lorenzo do his thing with KiiNGKhyy. Aiku really is like a final boss type of opponent. He commands the defense greatly and is a very smart player. I like how the author constantly showed us the matchup between Asagi and Aiku before, but who knew it would turn out like this again in the NEL. Unless another player breaks through in this game right now, Ubers are solely focused on Asagi and KiiNGKhyy. What adjustments and potential lineup changes will occur for Moon Chen to change this game, or will Ubers just dominate? The ability to win 1v1 duels will be tested, and that is the only way to win this game for Moon Chen. We have been seeing a lot of duels now in this match, and I think Asagi and Aiku will be the best duel matchup in this game. My prediction is still that Ubers win this match, but I'm still hoping for another Asagi goal to put him on top. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Well, I thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back in the next one. Peace.